Alright folks, I'm back again, touring through my collection of Garbage Pail Kids. We're finally getting near the end of the original series. This will cover series 11 through 13, and then we've only got one more binder after this one, which covers 14 and 15. Of course, I still have lots more Garbage Pail Kid cards and memorabilia, but as for the original series, we're near the end now. So, let's take a look. Series 11. We start off with Lucy Lockett and Shut Up Shirley. Let's take a look at the, we've also got this guy, Megavolt Charged Marge, and then a landscape one, Spanked Hank, with a very spiky butt. So spanking him was maybe not a good plan. You'll see again the cracks and like joints to make it look more like a doll. That was there. We're focusing more on that at this point in the card series. And on the backs for this series, we've got let's see, it's a how to draw puzzle puke, but it looks of course not as usual. It's kind of dumb and not really actually helping you draw this character. And then over here it's called puzzle puke, so this one is actually a rebus, it looks like. And another weird, oh, you have to guess what state Nervous Nelly is in. Oh, and it's a trick, of course. It's a joke. So, there you go. Let's move on. More of Spanked Hank and Spiky Sandra here. Oh, and once again, I should say, we're looking at variations. The main variation in this series is, again, the asterisks. So each card has a 1 and 2 star variety. Almost every card. Not every single card, but at least probably not. Here's a guy combing his hair, but he ends up combing his actual head. Very unfortunate for him. And again, we see that crack in the head for this one. This is Sherry Cola, who's drinking out of a toilet. I think there's a restaurant where they actually do this now. I think it might be in Japan, where the whole restaurant is like toilet themed. It's pretty weird. And there's All Night Dinah, Hungry Ivan, with this eyeball opening its mouth to eat the eye drops. Size die. This one is cool. I don't know. There's something about the art of this one that I like. The look of it. The colors and lighting. It's pretty neat. And again, there's the crack in the head as the lightning hits her. Lightning Linda, Rainy Storm. I like this one too, of course. The dinosaur connection and the colors and lighting on this one are nice too. Even though the implication is pretty disgusting that Danny Soar is like peeing so much. The city is flooding. Rip tile. Here's another one with some barf on it. Gotta get the barf in there. This one is Quenching Quincy and Squirtin' Burton. Another one of those ones where the Garbage Pail Kid has become an object of some sort. And you'll see again, a lot of these have the manipulating the logo at the top, which is always fun, where the picture actually comes in front of that logo. Which you can do once your cards are popular enough that everybody knows the logo anyway. And again, of course, besides the goofy puzzle cards, we've also got the puzzle piece backs, as always. And these do not have the 1 and 2 star variations. So in this case, actually, the stars are on the front. So they do have the variation, excuse me. It's just not on the back, it's on the front. You see the asterisks in the corner there. Sometimes that's the case. This guy is tearing tape off his head and destroying his head. Ripped Fletch and Taped Tate. Then we've got another landscape guy here. A lot of litter. And again, this is one where the star variation is on the front. Oh, this is interesting. I have a third one of her, I think, because there's a printing error on this one. It's a little, it's pushed down a little bit so that the asterisk has been cut off the bottom. Garbage Mouth Gilbert is the other version there. This is kind of a fun one for details again. The background and these like people throwing garbage into this person truck hybrid. Oh, here's another one. We've got landscape. It's laundry mat and drip dry Drew getting squished out. Weirdly enough, there's another guy hanging up already. So there's more than one of these laundry Garbage Pail Kids, apparently. Here's a guy who's sticking his tongue through his ear via his nose. Very strange choice. Taste bud. This one again has the star, like this one as well, has the star on the front instead of the back. As does this one, Pollutant Newton. This one is cool again because of the colors and the details of this incredibly disgusting stuff coming out of this guy's head. It's just an impressive pile of things. Yeah, and these all have those asterisks on the front because these are all puzzle piece cards, and they don't put the asterisks on top of the puzzle image. So here's Empty Head Jed. This one, I don't know. There's something about this one that always kind of grossed me out. I think it's just that, you know, it's a person who's become a bag, and they're kind of like, there's like sweat drops or something there, and there's almost like this sense of it. Is that hair? Is it like guts? I don't know. It's just gross. There's something gross about it. Suitcase. Of course there is. It's a Garbage Pail Kid, but it's especially gross. Some of them just hit you in a particular way. I don't know. Here's Porcelain Lynn, who's another toilet-themed character. A fashion model with a toilet theme. Some more of those puzzle backs. Arlene Latrine. This is another Christmas-themed card. They have a number of these. This one is Holly Days. Oh boy, it's a questionable one. Missing his leg, and it's apparently in a stocking. Like, we get a... is that the leg he lost, or is it someone else's leg that he's gonna get as a present? I don't know. It's disturbing. Joyous Noel. This one is another neat one for... It's another pollution-themed one. But another one with like tons and tons of detail in it. This is an incredible amount of things in this polluted river, and in the background you see these like factories spewing out smoke. It's a pretty neat one. Toxic West is the alternate, and this one's got a maze on the back, which is probably like an impossible maze. I don't know. Scald Alden and Steamy Mimi. Now it looks like I've only got one Scald Alden. I suspect that means I'm missing one of these. Yeah, because that's a 2-star, I think. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong card. It's only a 1-star, so I don't have the 2-star of Scald Alden. We've got Sliced Brad and Dead Lee, and another holiday-themed one, but this one is Halloween. This one is another one that's particularly disgusting. That she's receiving in her treat bag barf from the person inside the house, and the person inside the house, like their face is also really disturbing. It's like wrinkled and shadowed and just really creepy, and this barf coming out with all this stuff in it. Ugh, wow. It's kind of weird. You can see in the background there's a moon, and it looks like there's even like a witch flying in front of the moon, which is an interesting detail. And the alternate of that is Trick or Tricia. This another one was a puzzle piece back, so the asterisks are on the front. This one I really love this one because I'm a fan of Jack Kerouac, and that's obviously what this is a parody of, and it's just really well done. The parody, I just love that. I always love the ones where they parody fine art. There's just an extra level of like absurdity to it. Jack Splat and abstract art. And then we got another really gross one with the pimple connection, which they like to leverage sometimes. Here's Bert Squirt. We got the 1 and 2-star. These guys are all puzzle piece backs again. And the alternate is Fritzy Zitz, the B version. This one I really like, again, because of the details and also because of the meta connection of having pictures of Garbage Pail Kid cards on a Garbage Pail Kid card. I always love that. And just this, the way he's depicted as being a page himself with like holes through him, and of course they add the cracks as always, and then all these details to it. It's just cool. Loose leaf and composition booker. Then we got another landscape one, and this is another one of these ones that I like. This is a theme they often use where they have some kind of reversal, some kind of creepy, fantastic reversal occurring where now the animal who would normally be the rug on the floor is standing on the Garbage Pail Kid, who himself has become the rug. I like those. The kind of like creepy, kind of Twilight Zone almost kind of feeling to them. Bear Barry and Rugged Roy. Okay. And more more landscape, and this one is another pee related one. It's Wet Wit. There's always a bodily fluid of some kind, right? This guy has peed all into this kiddie pool, and everyone is running away because it's so disgusting. And it really is quite disgusting. And he's got the cracks in him again. Wet Wit and Wee Wee Willie. Well, that's just pretty straightforward there, isn't it? Then we got a snot one with Fairy Tale Dale climbing a rope of snot that he himself is creating. Not sure where he's going to go. Maybe he's coming down? How is he going up? I don't know. It's weird. The physics of it are questionable, but that's Garbage Pail Kids. There's Drip Skip. Another really gross one where she seems to be slicing up her own tongue as a sandwich. Ugh, wow, that's just really gross. Colette Cold Cut and Ellie Deli. This one I kind of like this punk looking baby with like a broken glass bottle, like appears to have just beaten her mother or his mother. Mean Marlene, I guess it is a she there. And this one is Punk Rocky. Punk Rocky I only have one of, so I'm probably I only have the 2-star Punk Rocky, so I'm missing the 1-star. So if you've got that one, let me know. This one is another gruesome one where they occasionally they do this where they have blood like gushing out of like just absolutely covering the card, and this is one of those. Gushing Garfield is a hydrant that's gushing blood, and of course there's a rat in the blood just to make it extra gross. Let's have a close up on the rat. You can't really see too many details in that rat, but and the alternate is Drained Blaine. It doesn't look healthy, losing all that blood. Here's another one with a phone connection. I feel like they may even have done something very similar to this joke before with the name Touch Tony and Phony Joni. There's an interesting difference there where the A card has the name written on a red circle while the B card has it on a yellow circle. And I've only got the 2-star of that B card. Need the 1-star for that one. Missing. Here's Bert Food feeding himself to the birds. And the birds are not taking it well. It looks like one of the birds is down. His insides are poisonous. He has a zipper on his chest. Very strange. Bert Food and Gutsy Gus. I don't know, birds. I think you might want to stay away from that guy. This is another one of these weird like Mad Max type ones where like his head has become a weapon. Ike Spike and Mason Mace. I feel like I read recently that like nobody ever actually used a weapon like that with a spiked ball on the end and a chain. I don't know. I may have misread that, but I thought that was an interesting story. I should look into that again. Here's another holiday one. Destroyed Lloyd is hung up. His guts and bits are all hung up on a Christmas tree. Nothing says Christmas like dismemberment, right? Tinsel Tim. And again, we have the different colored bubble behind the name for the A and B versions, which is interesting. This one I like. My wife actually really likes this one. She's not usually a big fan of these, but I think she asked for an extra of this card. Impaled Gale, this like fairy princess character impaled on a unicorn horn with a rainbow in the background. And there's Magic Wanda. It looks like I only got one Impaled Gale. Yeah, I only got the 2-star of her. Looking for the 1-star. Then we've got a dead-end Kit who is sliding down the stairs and did not plan well because for some reason the bottom of the stair rail is covered in spikes, nails, and axes. It's not looking good for you, Kit. And then here's Slide and Clyde. We got this guy. This is unfortunate. The lynched Lyndon. Lynching is not really a great subject for comedy as far as I'm concerned. A little questionable there, although the card is very well done as usual. The details in the background of these trees, it looks like they're actually other Garbage Pail Kids who have been hung from those trees in the same way. Their heads have also popped off. Disturbing. And there's Bruce Noose in this weird wasteland with all these kids hung on trees. Very disturbing. Some of them really just have very disturbing kind of imagery in them. And here's another one that's like, what is this, hell? I don't know. It looks like it. There's like devil skeletons and a demon, yeah. Charred coal being cooked over the flames in hell. That's something for you. Deviled Egbert is the alternate. Then we've got the old William Tell kind of character, except this guy is split right down the middle and the apple was missed entirely. I don't know if he tore himself in half or if the arrow did it. I don't know. Split cord, and William won't tell. I guess he won't. And then it looks like we have another guy with a bow and arrow in the background below. He can't be the guy who fired this arrow. He's in the wrong spot. Maybe there's another one of those where there's the feeling that this is this is being repeated in other locations in this world. Someone else is getting shot at a tree. It's very strange. We've got Sally Suction and Teven Trina, who got a little too carried away with the pacifier and sucked it right through her head. Ouch. Which of course has the cracks around it as usual. Dental Hygiene. Getting the tooth pulled out, but the entire skeleton is coming with it. That's rough. This one I have a bunch of different copies of Dental Hygiene. I believe there is one of those weird little variations on this card. Yes, here we go. So if you look down the bottom here underneath the name, you can see a little tiny green bar right near the edge at the bottom of the card of like discolored area. So that's the printing error. So I have 2 copies of that for 1 and 2 star with the error, and then here's the 1 and 2 star without the error at the bottom. You see the green bar is not there for these. So just another printing error on that one. And Rudy Canal also has the printing error. You'll see there's the green bar at the bottom of that one, and this one also has the green bar, but it looks like I only have 1 copy of the non-printing error version, so probably need that one. This one also has a weird little error that's actually really hard to spot. Well, there's a number of different errors on the 2 versions of this card. This one is actually pretty easy to spot, actually, the error on this one. You can see the vomit over here in the corner is like discolored. One edge of it looks like kind of orange instead of green. And then in this version of the card, it doesn't have that error. It's the vomit puddle is all green. So that's a variation on that one. And then let's see, this one actually has a weird error with that like pink splotch on the kid. And then let's see, this is the B card, Juicy Jewels. This one has a different error involving these lines up in the logo. So there's only 1 green line over the kids there, and then you'll see in this version, no, that's not the one, it's this one. This one has like more lines of the action lines or vomit lines or whatever in the logo. So another weird printing error variation to look out for that one. And that's it for Series 11. We'll move on to Series 12 in a minute. All right, my friends. We are back again with Series 12. We've got this fellow starting us off, whose head is a ball and chain. That's fun. A fellow in prison, and you can see the guards on the guard tower in the background. Looks like I've only got 1 of each of these. Let's have a look at the backs. I've only got a 2-star of each, so definitely got some work to do there. Here's a landscape one, Marathon, and Racy Lacy. Again, I only have 2-star of each of these. Interesting. Half price. This one's fascinating, with him cut up into separate pieces, and they each have their own barcode that's being scanned here to And all of these, we have the characters in front of the logo, which is fun. Oh, another landscape. Fooey to Hugh and Raz and Ross. This is a pretty weird one. He's sticking his tongue out, and the tongue is turned back and stuck its tongue out at him. We did have a infinitely retreating tongue sticking out in a previous card, but not quite like this. This is a different concept. I'm surprised they only have 2 stars of all these guys. I don't know what that's about. Here's tongue-tied Teddy. He's got like a little tie clip on his tongue, which has become a tie. See what's on the backs of these. We've got, it looks like we're back to comics again for this series, the Garbage Gang comics, which always feature older Garbage Pail Kid characters. And of course we have the puzzle piece backs as usual. Alright, and we continue with Dress to Killian, which is a pretty great name. Upsy Daisies and Barfy Babies. Really particularly disgusting one with the baby barfing, and then somehow their diaper is alive and barfing as well. Really unpleasant. Wow, those are also only 2 stars. I did not know. Somehow I ended up with only 2 stars of like everything in the series. I don't know why that is. C6 Cecil and Dinner at Eton? Eton? I'm not really familiar with that name, but yeah, this is another pretty gross one. They appear to be eating themselves. They're stuck on this raft. But, you know, at least he's happy. Then we've got Tongue-in-Cheeko and Nick Lick, who just has a gigantic tongue coming out of his belly, which is a mouth. That's pretty weird and disturbing. Mummified Clyde and Twyla Paper. A mummy made of toilet paper. With, of course, your usual bodily fluids spread all over it. Very nice. More barf. Upset Tommy and Tubbalars. Now we've got, I've started to, looks like I'm starting to catch up with myself here. Oh no, we still don't have different numbers of stars, but we do have different backs for this guy. One of them is a checklist and the other is a comic. So that's the variation that I've got there. Interesting. This one is, you know, gross because of all the barf, but again, the details are fascinating. A lot of details in there with the in the barf and the background and stuff. Then we've got Quick Sandy and Abraham Sinkin. It's at a playground and the sandbox is made of quicksand. That is very unfortunate. And we've got the background with the kids climbing on the other playground equipment. City skyline in the back. It's nice. Freestyle Kyle and Rad Rod, who has a skateboard, which is his own foot. Very strange. And the crack in the arm there again. This guy has a... This one is kind of fun. There's kind of a insane kind of fantasy part to this, with his nose being so enormous that has this huge waterfall coming out of it, and these like rats in a canoe like coming down it. Very strange stuff. Oh, and this one too, it's funny, in the background you can see another kid on the skateboard like wiping out. Let's see. Oh, we've got another checklist back over here. And here's the Walter Fall and Ronnie Nose. We have the B version of this guy. Let's see what we got here. This guy has 2 different backs as well. He has the comic and then the completed puzzle picture. Looks like both of them have that same variation. Heavy Merrill. This actually reminds me of a very early Garbage Pail Kid card, although that was a guy who was playing guitar. Now in this case, the Garbage Pail Kid is the guitar and is being smashed by some like metal star here or something. So that's fun. This guy is gum on a shoe. Soul Food Soul. That one's fun. It's a neat kind of detail and to the background and everything. Gooey, stewy, and it's a nice the depiction of the gum stretching is kind of neat. And then you've got this guy, Roadkill Will and Stop Sigh. It's another skateboard one, actually. I don't know, I guess they decided skateboards were really cool at this point, and they, wanted to put them into the cards as much as possible. I don't know. But this guy is wiping out epically and slamming into a stop sign. Wow, that's intense. Another barf-related card. This guy is barfing through his marching band tuba or whatever that is. Is it a tuba? I think it's a tuba. I don't know. Off Keeley is the other version. We've got another one where the Garbage Pail Kid is a building. We've done that before, but now it's like a it's a factory building pouring out smoke. And funnily enough, it is a Tops factory building. Although I don't know that they have any factories that actually pour out black smoke at Tops, but I like the name there, Ingrid Incorporated, and this one is Smokestack Zach. And this strange guy who's like, is different pieces of him spread at different parts of this fence. And of course he's dripping snot into a bowl, just to be extra disgusting. Bizarre Lamar and Rearranged Raymond. And there's another one about eating. This time the guy has actually opened his entire head up so he can eat more ham at once. Gulpin' Gabe and Overeaten Ethan. That one's pretty neat. Again, I like the details in the meal there. There's another one with lots of detail. This is another garbage one. They are the Garbage Pail Kids. Robbie Rubbish. It's like a baby garbage pail in a crib. Very strange. You'll see some of these like have this. They've been like printed a little bit like the one. I think what they do is they print them in layers, and sometimes the different layers get offset a little bit, so you end up with this kind of blurry like double vision kind of look. But there you go. That's just an error that's not I don't think anybody would count that as an actual printing error, a special variation or anything. It's just a mistake that happens sometimes. Garbage Pail Kitty. We've got some portrait ones. Landscape. Car stick Carla stuck in the window of the car and cruising Susan. Now I've got two of each of these, so let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is another back variation. We've got the comic and the puzzle piece back. The completed puzzle back. This guy's gross. He's got all these tongues and tentacles and things sticking out of his mouth. Good lord. And the crack in the head as usual. Lickin' Leo and Lappin' Lenny. I don't see a single 1-star in here. I wonder if that's like I have to look that up and confirm if that's a just a what do you call it, one of those weird things about this particular series. Maybe they just didn't have any with 1 asterisk on them for this series, because I'm kind of surprised. It seems unlikely that I would have missed every single 1 asterisk card, but I don't know. This guy's CD Sydney. I like this one. He's like been planted in the ground, and there's even one of those little like sticks with an image on it indicating what what kind of plant it is, but it looks almost like a Garbage Pail Kid card. It's pretty clever. Nice details again. You've even got his hand coming in with a glove on it for the gardener. Fertile Myrtle and CD Sydney. Oh, this one I have a weird printing error card that I kept just because it was it's clearly a mistake. It was like shifted over, and I ended up with like the edge of the the edge of the paper back that they print all the cards on. It got like shifted over weird and got some weird extra stuff on there, and the other side is cut off. But I thought it was just kind of a cool error, so I decided to keep the card, even though it's really basically a busted card. I don't know that anybody would pay extra for that, but who knows? The market is pretty crazy. But here's Tim Can and Rusty Bolts. And then we've got this guy I like. There's an old movie, black and white movie with a guy on a clock. It reminds me of that. 12 o'clock high and midnight Dwight. It's pretty neat. And then we're back to snot and art again. It's a guy making sculptures out of his own snot. Chiseler Chad and Julius Sneezer. Dead Letter Debbie and Maimed Mamie is being eaten by a living postal box, which is really strange. I don't know if... I guess it's the girl who's the Garbage Pail Kid. She doesn't look very happy. She's screaming because she's being eaten by this mailbox, but like that one's kind of weird. Just usually the Garbage Pail Kid is the weird part of the card, you know, and not there's not some other entity involved. I don't know. I guess that maybe that's not really true, but it just seems kind of weird to have this like monstrous mailbox attacking her. Then we've got Telescope, who's clearly a peeping Tom, Peekaboo Bo, and Irate Ira, an exploding person, Angry Annie. They're just popping apart. Their brains coming out. Everything's coming out of their head. That's unpleasant. Kinky Christine and Not the Norm all tied up. They've done one like that before. Oliver, I think his name was Oliver Twisted or something like that. I think it was like first series, wasn't it? That was interesting how they returned to things like that. Here's Sunken Trevor and Anchored Hank. This is a really neat one for details again, with the fish swimming around in the background and the skull at the bottom with the fish swimming into it. It doesn't look like things are going to go well for that fellow. Corey on the Cob. This is a Garbage Pail Kid who's a cob of corn, but they've, to make it extra gross, they're being chewed on by this person who has really awful teeth. They're like falling out of his face. They always got to go the extra mile. The alternate for that guy is Hot Buttered Corinne. And we've got Peanut Butter and Kelly and Alto Lance. It's a person whose face is a piece of bread. Mitch Match and Hot Dot. That one's kind of weird. It's just like, there's like a pack of matches who all seem to have faces, but this particular one is the one we're talking about. Mitch Match. Very strange. And we've got the toilet connection again, but now the Garbage Pail Kid is actually a plunger going into a really disgusting, overloaded toilet. Ugh. Gloppy Glenn and Slop Top Todd. Very lovely. Another one about pee. Someone who has peed way too much in their gigantic diaper, although also the legs are much too big, which is strange. I don't know if the legs are supposed to be full of pee too. It's John Pond and Allison Waterland. That's a pretty good name. Final page for this series, we've got Lame Lem and Edward Hopper. There's another one with a kid with their leg torn off. They did that previously, pretty recently. And then we got the toilet connection again. This guy is actually driving in a toilet with toilet paper tires. Very strange. And Piston Pete. And we got Abandon Amanda and Please Give Me a Homer. Sometimes they have really interesting names like that where they have to squeeze a lot of words in there. Some kind of monstrous baby left on someone's front porch. And number 500, the last in the series, Winkless Wally and Sightless, with their eyes in their mouth. There you go. Now we're moving on to series 13. Let's keep it up. Finish this up. Missing Marcia and Hidden Heidi. Again, I only have 2 stars. I'm definitely going to have to look that up and see if I'm actually missing all the 1 stars or if they just didn't make 1 stars for these series. Gory Lori and Undead. This is a weird backwards one where you have the person climbing out of the zip down skeleton. It's fascinating. It's got that weird like Twilight Zone kind of feel to it again. And this guy, this poor fellow, swinging on the trapeze with a ring through the nose. 3-ring Cyril and Louise trapeze. Oh boy, I Scream. Very gross. Just Desserts. And what am I missing? There we go. Cooper Scooper. The eyeball on top of the ice cream. Really disgusting. This is another one with kind of like weird, creepy details with the ice cream guy in the background with his head obscured, and then like the window in the background. I thought there was actually a silhouette in that window, but now I see it's just the curtains pulled back. But still, a creepy one. Sucked Chuck. Got the plunger on his face somehow. His face is coming off. And unsanitary. Yes, it is unsanitary. I have to agree there. Oh, there's my dog in the background. Here's a guy who's, just blasting his own head off with trying to use a jack. That's unfortunate. Tire jack and cranking Franklin. Okay, here's Blowhardy and Target Prentice. Shooting snot at a target. I do have two of that one. Let's see what that is. That's another back variation. So we've got one with the completed puzzle back and the other one with the... we're back to doing these little like puzzle things. Yeah, puzzle puke again on the backs for this series. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this guy is a fortune cookie. Drop dead, it says inside. That's nice. Miss Fortune Cookie and Chow Maynard. Grim Kim. So this one is like a fairy tale reference here to Rapunzel. That's an interesting reference. Taffy Pull. This one I always found really pretty disturbing. Got the Garbage Pail Kid who looks like a baby, but they've got these gigantic breasts. It's very disturbing. Puffy, Buffy, and Busty Dusty. Yeah. That one's a little unfortunate. And this one is another really disgusting one with the barf, but now this is a person whose eyes are mouths that are barfing. Ooh, wow. Can't stand it. See more barf. And another just really amazing one where we've got the barf itself has come alive and barfed itself. Barfed another version of itself out. Wow. They're just like, what else can we do with barf? Let's have the barf, more barf. Repeat and beat. And round robins. Oh boy. It's like the yin-yang Ouroboros of barf or something. Amputed and Hans Off. Now, I'm almost certain they did Hans Off as a name joke before. I'd have to check that, but it certainly sounds familiar. It's just a fellow cutting right through his own arm. I don't even know what his plan was there. Was he just trying to cut through the board? I don't know. He didn't really think ahead very well. It looks like he's had problems before with the bandage wrapped around his head. More barfing. This is one of those, like, repeating image cards where he's barfing a face that's barfing a face that's barfing a face. Yeah. Very disturbing and disgusting. Wretched Richard and Billy Ake. More like barf type stuff going on here with Bubblin' Lynn blowing bubbles that are just loaded with like garbage and teeth and oh wow, nasty. And here's the other one, Heave and Heather. We've got this fellow who's like a chest of drawers with his guts hanging out. Chester drawers and natty dresser. And you can see the cracks in the arm again. They're still pushing that angle. And here's a guy just barfing out dinner. A waiter delivering the order by barfing it right out. Amazing. Barfin' Marvin and Overeaten. Which, again, is a joke they've made before. They've made that joke on overeating before, but I think it was, that time it was like Over-Ethan or something. I can't remember. Paddle and Adeline and Ricky Racket, who's doing paddleball with her own eyeballs, it appears. And this is another weird one where there's like another character in the background who seems to be doing the same thing, which is kind of strange. We've got another landscape one. This guy who's using a hose that has somehow gone right through his head. Sprinkling Jose and Jay spray. Deodorant and Stan can. Another one where the Garbage Pail Kid has become a household object somehow. I'm surprised they didn't make the person he was spraying on a little more disgusting. Looks like a pretty normal guy. You'd think they would, they usually pump things up to the next level, but this one is another one of those really gruesome, bloody ones. Bloody Mary and Juan for the Road. That's really a classic name there. That's pretty great. Where he's tapping his own head and like pouring blood right out into a glass. Wow, just gruesome. Meltdown Marilyn, Steam Piper, draped over a radiator and just melting. Pop Connie, this one's really gross because it's like popcorn on the stovetop, but like the popcorn looks like little brains. Ooh. Poppy corn. We've got Cocktail Dale, little heads on crackers with people in the background. Party Pooper Patty. It's not a party I'd want to be at. There we go. Ripped Kip and Torn Sean. And then, yeah, this is a guy who's become a kite. Got some interesting details in it. And then we've got the toilet angle again, except now the toilet has become like a monster who's eating the Garbage Pail Kid. Toilet Bo and Butt Bit Brandon. Didn't really try too hard on that name. Daniel Prune and Dried Fruit Newt. That one's weird. He's like turned into a wrinkled dried fruit. Here's one where the guy is a cork being extracted here. Corkscrew Drew and Champagne Dwayne. I'm not sure why they made that champagne. I guess they wanted to get the pain pun in there. They could have just been champagne, but okay. Here's another really gross one. Close up on this guy with like some kind of fungus or skin disease all over his face. Ugh, wow. Warty Morty. And this one has become a storm cloud that's like basically dumping all over people. Stormy Sky and Cloudburst. That's a pretty good one. Fertiliza and Horus Manure. Just a bag of fertilizer. A lot of Garbage Pail Kids that are somehow inanimate objects that are people. Very strange. Jiggly Jennifer and Spoon June. That one's like a jello mold, I guess. This is another really gross one where like the Garbage Pail Kid has established herself under the sink to like eat all the leftovers and garbage being dumped into the sink. Ugh. Jane Drain. I've got two of Jane Drain because she has she has an alternate back here. She's got this the puzzle back and the checklist back. Eat a mouthful. And then we got another hanging one. I don't know if the hanging thing is a questionable subject, but yeah, here's the guy hanging off the subway hand holder thing. Rush Hour Russ. Scrambled Aggie and Sunny Side Up. Again, we're doing eyeballs. This one is, ugh, wow. Just pouring their eyeball into the pan to cook it. Really disgusting. Ooh. I just feel like as the series went on, they kind of like kept going further and even more disgusting. And some of them really go too far for me. Here's Miriam Migraine and Headbuster. It's got like, this is a strange one. It's got like two little people coming out of their head fighting each other. That's a strange concept. And here's Cat Cradle Kathy making a cat's cradle with her own snot. Gooey Gwen. I've got two of each of those. Let's see what. Yeah, that's another back variation. Got the completed puzzle back and the puzzle puke back. Then we've got John and All Wet Walt with the toilet sort of peeing on him or barfing, or I don't know how you want to describe that, but that one's interesting. That one of those reversal type ideas. And All Windsor and Horatio Hornblower. We finish off with a fart joke. I feel like they did the Horatio Hornblower joke before too in another card much earlier on, but there you go. That's another series down. Some more of the backs here if you want to take a look. Oh, we got a word scramble here. Oh, there's a hole there. Right, that's the end. Yeah, so there you go. 3 more series of Garbage Pail Kids. We're getting near the end now. They're getting particularly gross at this point. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at them with me. And I will definitely, I got to do some quick research on that series 12 and 13 and see why I only have 2-star of all those cards. But yeah, that's it for today. I'll get you another video of the next couple series soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, this is Jim, just doing a quick addendum to my last Garbage Pail Kids video. I did want to mention, I did look it up and I'd forgotten, but original series 12 and 13, in fact, do not have any 1-star variations of the cards. They are all printed with the 2 asterisks. I don't know why that was. I'll have to do some more research on that, but for whatever reason, yeah, those only have the 2 stars on them. which means my collections are pretty complete of those two series. I think there's only a handful in Series 12 that I'm missing. Series 13, I seem to have pretty much all of them. So, thought that was kind of interesting. Thought I'd add that on the end here. So, anyway, thanks. Bye.